Good evening and welcome to Monday Night Beers.
Monday Night Football! No.
It's better than Monday Night Football, especially today, because it's a crappy game. They probably wish that they didn't have to show the game that they're
Well,
showing today.
because there's
for sure.
snow on the ground, it's a crappy day.
But that doesn't have anything to do with Monday Night Football. But there is snow on the ground. There's snow on the ground. Well, let's talk about why it is that we're doing Monday Night Beers instead of Sunday morning beers. We actually did Sunday morning beers, but we got a little chatty. And the censors at YouTube cut us off. Well, what we did was we drank 2 beers. It was going to be a great episode. If we ever can get past the censors at YouTube, it's going to be, it's hidden footage.
Bastards.
It'll be in the vault. So 2 beers. It took us a long time. Phil he stepped up his game today, and he's got a timer running. So he's got the wrap it up thing going there. He can give us a cue. So we should be much better situation today. So let's start with the beer. We have something that sounds pretty cool. I don't know what it's going to taste like, but it's called Teddy Bear Kisses. Oh, Teddy Bear Kisses. And this is from Upland Brewing Company, which we got this in Wisconsin. So we've had it for a little while. Upland's in Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay.
Bloomington, Indiana. It's got kind of a cool cap on there.
Yeah.
That's
try
probably
to
a
protect
saver.
it. Yeah.
That's probably a saver.
Protect that one.
Try to do the best I can with it. Tracy likes to make jewelry out of the caps, so we got to preserve that.
It's pretty.
So the beers that we had in the original episode, one was very good and unique. Was a kind of a blend, these things with the blended beers, lemonade and beer.
Mm-hmm.
We do one at 4th Street Brewery, lemon lager. This was grapefruit blended with a Hefeweizen. Very low alcohol, very refreshing. You could drink this thing like water.
It was like a mimosa
Dangerous.
for breakfast.
Yes, totally delicious. Then the other beer we had was a clunker. We think was pretty old.
That looks pretty thick and rich.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
Well,
named
Teddy
like
Bear Kisses.
It's an imperial stout aged on cocoa nibs.
Ooh.
It's 10.2%.
It's dessert.
So this is better that we're drinking it now than for breakfast.
On a day with
This
snow
is
on
more
the
of a-
ground.
Yes, our first day of snow here in the metro area. I'm sure it'll probably all be gone by tomorrow.
Yeah, but the
we
fact
have
that
some
it snowed.
nonetheless. So 10.2% an imperial stout aged on fair trade cocoa nibs.
Okay.
So it says. Let's check it out.
It looks like syrup. Wow, that's black.
It
Oh,
smells good.
Yummy.
Very rich. Chocolatey. But also there's some fruity notes in there as well.
That is rich. That's like dark chocolate.
It is rich, but it's also roasty, dry, almost like a
coffee.
a coffee type acrid bitterness.
And like dark chocolate like that.
Kind of that burnt acrid bitterness.
I don't want to say that. It's
Yeah.
very like when you get it
It's got
like
a burnt
on the back.
roastiness to it. Really
back-
dries it up.
But the back nuts are like very cocoa-y. It's delicious. I like it.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's a little too. I wish it was a little.
Less acidy.
Yeah,
Acrid.
a little less of the burntness, the burnt toast character to it.
Still,
It's good though.
Pretty
It's
different.
definitely worth
good.
checking out. I don't know what we paid for that. It was $9. I think that's pretty fair for a 22-ounce bottle of a 10.
Something called Teddy
10%
Bear
beer.
Kisses. You gotta try.
We had to try it. I was curious about that. That's somebody with some balls that was willing to come. I'm sure other brewers teased them about calling it.
Maybe
Teddy Bear
it came
Kisses.
out at like
But you know what it does?
Valentine's
It
Day.
sells to the ladies. Like it or not, it sells to the
when
ladies.
Doug gave me my choice tonight. I was like, no, I want Teddy Bear Kisses.
Teddy Bear Kisses. We had another interesting option, but we'll save that for another time. So we had a lot to talk about, aside from 2 beers. Anytime you do 2 beverages, we had a couple of episodes where we've drank more than 1 beverage. It takes a long time, so that adds to it. But we also had a lot to talk about. For one thing, hunting season opens on Friday, the rifle season opens on Friday, and so therefore I'm going to be gone, and there won't be an episode next weekend. But the big thing is the biggest holiday of the year in certain circles anyways.
Well,
and
in our
certainly one of those holidays that we at 4th Street Brewery have really taken and run with, and it's helped. We've done a lot of things to put Lincoln Park and Downriver on the map, and this is one of those things because
It's not that
the
MTV
entire
show.
country, the entire country Yeah, this is that put the focus on Lincoln Park in a bad way.
Yeah.
This puts Lincoln Park in focus in a good way. Is the entire country, they look at their calendar and they see National Indian Pudding Day, November 14th, and where are they looking at? They are looking towards the headquarters
Lincoln
of the
Park.
Party Central. They're looking at Lincoln Park, Michigan,
Fourth Street.
Downriver, USA,
4th Street.
and 4th Street Brewery. So, if you don't know about what National Indian Pudding Day is, it's a celebration of Indian pudding, which is the early colonists' take on the English hasty pudding. They made sort of the same thing or similar thing using the American ingredients, which of course the center point of that is corn, because you can only grow that in the Americas. So,
You can?
yeah,
You can't grow it anywhere else?
can't grow it in other countries as far as I know.
Hmm.
I could be wrong on that, I'm not, I didn't look it up on Google beforehand, but as far as I know, that's my understanding. It certainly originated, it originated in America, let's put it that way.
Maize.
We'll go with that. I feel safe saying that it originated in
Some
the,
call
in
it
the
corn,
Americas.
but in
Yes.
Michigan they call it maize.
Either way, so our tagline is "Party like it's 1621." That was the first Thanksgiving, and I imagine that this is something that they had in the first Thanksgiving. Now, Indian pudding is much bigger on the East Coast. Obviously, the Pilgrims, they settled on the East Coast, so all of those pilgrimy things are much bigger on the East Coast.
Massachusetts,
You can even buy on the East Coast cans of Indian
Are
pudding.
you kidding?
Indian pudding. It was very common up until sometime in the 50s to get a cookbook. In fact, you could not find a cookbook that didn't have a recipe for Indian pudding in it.
Wow.
So it was very popular. And really, what we're doing, there's a lot of cool things that we're doing with that because it's a part of history. So this is part of this is your roots, America, Indian pudding. So what it is we're talking corn, molasses, milk, and spices. Kind of think of it almost like a crustless pumpkin pie, and serve it warm. So it's just delicious.
Yeah, it's a
really
little
tasty.
grainier than.
It's great. It's grainy,
But it's-
sweetness from the corn, the richness of the molasses. Reminds me a lot of my mom's pumpkin pie because my mom, I think she makes the best pumpkin pie. She uses molasses in it. It was a little darker than your typical pumpkin pie, a little richer, and that's how I've always made my pumpkin beers. I've always used molasses in there because I like that richness that it lends to it.
And Doug and I have been together for almost how many years, and I still haven't tried your mother's pumpkin
Really?
pie.
How has that happened? How has that happened? So, anyways, so we made so we'll make Indian pudding. I'll actually be making that tomorrow on Wednesday. So that's what you'll have for dessert. But then I've made a beer every year for however many years we've been doing it, several years, almost since we've been open, using those same ingredients. Except instead of milk, I use milk sugar or lactose, corn, molasses, and the spices in there. The other thing that we do with I probably should have done it this year. It could have been a little bit of twist. Is in the actual Indian pudding, I use maple syrup. A little bit of maple syrup. I didn't do that in the beer. Maybe that'll be next year's. But both are absolutely delicious. The beer is very strong this year. It's over 8%, 8.5%. So Indian pudding beer, Indian pudding to eat for dessert. Tasty, tasty stuff.
Yes.
Plus, we have an exciting new sausage from the Spanish brothers. They make the sausages for us. They just made this one, so you can eat this for dinner and have the Indian pudding
Well,
for
what is it?
dessert. They made, they called it leftover turkey or leftover Thanksgiving dinner. We call it just Thanksgiving sausage, and it's made with pork, turkey, cranberries, stuffing, dressing, or gravy. You might call it gravy. And did I say cranberries? Is that
Yeah.
cranberries? Yeah, it's delicious. So that's what you can eat on Thursday. Drink the pudding ale, and then because today is Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. In conjunction, we always do Indian, because Indian Pudding Day falls near Veterans Day. We do a fundraiser for Homes for Our Troops. It's our favorite charity. It's a great charity. You can check out charities and see, how much of the money actually goes to the charity. That's how you tell a great charity. This is one of those great charities because the money goes to a good cause. And it's Homes for Our Troops. They build new homes or retrofit existing homes to accommodate disabled veterans. And they have a home they're actually breaking ground on right in our area here later this month. So it's
where
a
at?
great, great cause. It's near Willow Metro Park.
Okay.
That's Huron Township, I think is what that is. So, if you donate, you're definitely helping out a worthy cause and somebody local too.
Yeah.
So that's good to know that. So you're gonna want to come out on Thursday for that. Drink Indian pudding ale. Eat tasty, tasty Indian pudding. Both the beer and the pudding, absolutely delicious. And you'll be helping out a wonderful cause.
And if you aren't going to be there, please stop by before you go hunting and get your growlers.
Yeah, well, not of Indian pudding, but
No,
yeah,
of
growlers
anything
of
else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but definitely, yeah, you want to take some growlers. I'm taking some growlers hunting with me. I'm leaving Saturday.
Just a reminder.
Saturday morning, the wee hours of Friday night / Saturday morning. Be driving all night and going hunting. I'm definitely taking some growlers. You should take some growlers too, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Let's worry about National Indian Pudding Day. But really, we got to worry about that because we won't be there for hunting season, and I'll be gone next week, so we won't be doing an episode.
Exactly.
So think about National Indian Pudding Day on Thursday. Party like 1621, and get your growlers to go hunting for sure.
Yep.
So, and if you're a hunting widow, just come on in and hang out without your husband or boyfriend.
Or bring your girlfriends.
Yeah,
Have
bring
a
your
good time.
girlfriends. Hang out at
Girls'
the brewery.
night out.
Yep, exactly. So that's what's going on. National Indian Pudding Day. Snow on the ground.
And thank you, veterans.
And hunting. So, cheers. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you Thursday at 4th Street Brewery, and happy hunting if we don't see you before hunting season
Stay
starts.
warm.
That's right.
Drink some titty
Don't
Mud
hurt your
Kisses.
back shoveling snow.
Yeah. What was Lily carrying on about?
She wasn't making quite a fuss, wasn't she?